एवं तस् निरुक्तं falsely described Chiti Shabda of the word earth, Britam, the existence, Asat, not real, Nidanat, from the dissolution, Parama Anvaha, atomic particles, ye, all of which avidyaya, because of less intelligence, manasa, in the mind, kalpitaha, imagine, they, yesam, of which samuhena, by the aggregate, tataha, met, visheshaha, the particulars. One may say that varieties arise from the planet Earth itself. However, although the universe may temporarily appear to be the truth, it ultimately has no real existence. The Earth was originally created by a combination of atomic particles, but these particles are impermanent. Actually, the atom is not the cause of the universe, although some philosophers think so. It is not a fact that the varieties found in this material world simply result from atomic juxtaposition or combination. One may say that varieties arise from the planet Earth itself. However, although the universe may temporarily appear to be the truth, it ultimately has no real existence. The Earth was originally created by a combination of atomic particles, but these particles are impermanent. Actually, the atom is not the cause of the universe, although some philosophers think so. It's not a fact that varieties found in this material world simply result from atomic juxtaposition or combination. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who follow the atomic theory think that the protons and electrons of atoms combine in such a way as to bring all material existence into being. However, the scientists fail to discover the cause of the atomic existence itself. Under these circumstances, we cannot accept that the atom is the cause of the universe. Such theories are advanced by unintelligent people. According to real intelligence, the real cause of the cosmic manifestation is the Supreme Lord. Janmade Yashya Yataha. He is the original cause of all creation, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Aham Sarvasha Prabha Mata Param Sarvam Prabhattate. Krishna is the original cause, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. Krishna is the cause of atoms, material energy. Bhumi Apo Analo Vayu Tam Mano Budire Vacha. Ahankara iti yam me vinam prakriti astada. The ultimate cause of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and only those in ignorance try to find out other causes by posting different theories. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gna Shalakaya Chiksudan Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Pitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakajyatam Sarvitam Savadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vanam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishaganvitam Karuna Siddhu Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuveva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namarom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Yadvaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining us in this Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we continue reading Jada Bharat speaking to King Rahugana. So here it says, he's speaking about how they say that the material world is a combination of atoms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah. I can give him now. As a what? Meditator. Visitor. Oh, as a visitor. But but they already sent the detention order, no? How to do? Can they won't entertain him. They won't entertain though, probably. Hmm. Ah, US embassy, yeah. But today they are closed, you know. They are closed, no, today. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Tattva went to talk to him. I mean, what I'll do, I will ask him to call you. Okay. Okay, right. Yeah, of course, we can still send now. What's the problem? But whether they will accept it or not. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I will. Uh, this ministers cannot have the. Oh, you have anybody else? Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Okay, I'll ask him to call you. All right. Right. But they are closed, no? Today is Saturday, they are closed, no? Yeah. Mm. The guys, they have been keeping him since last night, 1 o'clock, like that, no? Not, as, yeah. You talk to Dattavit, huh? I'll ask him to call you. Huh? Where's he? Hey, Haribo. Hey, can you call this Mohan fella? He wants to talk to you. You got his number? I send it to you now. Okay? Call him and you want to know what transpired, huh? Huh? Okay, one second. So here, The material manifestation, ultimate particle, is it online already? Which is indivisible and not formed into a body, it's called the atom. It always exists an invisible and identity even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. The atomic description of the Srimad Bhagavatam is almost the same as the modern science of atomism, and this is further described in the Paramanu Vada of Kannada. In the modern science, also atoms are accepted as the ultimate indivisible particles of which the universe is composed. Srimad Bhagavatam is the full text of all descriptions of knowledge, including the theory of atomism. The atom is the minute, subtle form of eternal time. So you see, this is the philosophy of Kannada, that everything is broken down to atoms. They say that proton and neutron are the sum and substance of this whole creation. Yes? I think this is what you study in school also, right? Is it not? So here in the Bhagavatam also it says, atoms are the ultimate state of the manifest universe when they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies. They are called unlimited oneness. There are certainly different bodies in physical form, but the atoms themselves form a complete manifestation. So this is actually the philosopher. There are six philosophers, and one of them is Kannada. And his philosophy is that everything is based on this atom, just like our modern scientists, you know. As I explain here, in this verse, suppose authorities would declare that matter is the origin of existence, that the permanent qualities of the soul can be destroyed, that the self is compounded by separate aspects of spirit and matter, or that material transaction constitute reality. All such authorities base their teachings on mistaken ideas that hide the truth. The dualistic conception that the living entity is produced from the three modes of material nature is simply a product of ignorance. Such a conception has no real basis in you, for you are transcendental to all illusion and always enjoy perfect total awareness. So, in this philosophy, they think everything is from this atom. uh, So the traditional Indian philosopher, the followers of Vaiseshika, Nyaya, Sankhya, Yoga, and Mimamsa philosophy all have their own erroneous ideas which the personified Vedas pointed out in this prayer. The Vaiseshika say that the visible universe is created from an original stock of atoms, Jamin Ashataha, as the Kannada rishis Vaisheshaka Sutra 7120 said, Nityam Parimandalam, that which is of the smaller size, the atom, is eternal. Kannada and his followers also postulate eternality for other non-atomic entities, including the soul, who become embodied, and even the supreme soul. But in Vaisheshika cosmology, the soul and the super soul play only token roles in the atomic production of the universe. Srila Krishna Daipavyana Vedavyas criticized his position in his Vedanta Sutra. Ubayata apina karmata tadbhavataha. According to the sutra, one cannot claim at the time of creation atoms first combined together because they are impelled by some karmic impulse, adoring in the atoms themselves. Since atoms by themselves in their primeval state before combining into complex objects have no ethical responsibility that might lead them to acquire pious and sinful reactions. Nor can the initial combination of atoms be explained as a result of residual karma of the living entity who lie dormant prior to the creation, since the creations are each jiva's own and cannot be transferred from them even to other jivas, what to speak of inert atoms. So here the philosophy of this atom being the ultimate combination is not accepted by Veda Vyas. Because if you say the atom is the ultimate, then how does God come in? Where's the position of God? Huh? Although, yes, he manifested these atoms. He manifested this. It's not that they come out of the thin air. It's all manifested by him. That's why in the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada quoted the verse, Aham sarvasya prabhaha mata sarvam pravartate. I am the source of both this material and spiritual world. Even the spirit souls who are very atomic in size are part and parcel of the Lord. So what to speak of these atoms? Yes? So we have to understand this. That's why Brahma says, Ishvara Paramaha Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhir Govinda, Sarva Karanam is the cause of all causes. So there cannot be an atomic cause which is separate from the cause of the Lord. So this philosophy is not got some weight, Even if you go with the understanding that everything comes from atom, here it says, in this verse, this one, Andantarasta, Paramanu Chayantarastam. So in this line, it is explained, Andantarasta, which are scattered throughout the universe, Paramanu, the atoms, Antarastam, situated within Govinda. So in other words, that this atom that they are speaking about all the universe exists in him and is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and at the same time. So here you can see, although you speak about the atom, but the Lord is the creator of the atom, and not only that, he is present even inside the atom. So this atomic theory does not hold ground. You see, nothing can exist without the presence of the Lord. That's why in the Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma was told the 4 verses. That 4 verses of the Bhagavatam was spoken by the Lord, right? What is that verse? Aham eva sam eva agre, it says. 29 what? Thirty-one. Yeah, 33. So here, in this verse, aham evasam evagre nanyat yat sat asat param paschar aham yadetat cha yo vasishyeta sosmi aham. Brahma, it is I, the personality of Godhead who was existing before the creation when there was nothing but myself. Nor was there the material nature, the cause of this creation. That which you see now is also I, the personality of Godhead. And after annihilation, what remains will also be I, the personality of Godhead. So try to understand because people who are atheistic, they don't want to give credit to God. They all are thinking there is no God, everything is done by material combination. Uh, this is how these people who have demonic nature, they think. Hmm? What's going on? So the demonic, they think like this. So this is how they think, this demonic. Asatyam apritishtam te jagadahur aniswaram aparatspa Aparaspara Sambhutam Kim Anyat Kama Haitukam. They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. You see how they are mind, huh? Because the demons, they don't want to give any credit to God. They say everything is coming from combination of material, so-called atoms, protons. But here you can see how in the Brahma Samhita the Lord is creating even these atoms, and not only creating, He is also going into the atoms. Andantarasta Paramanu Chayantarastam. So this is how the whole education system is anti-God. No, it's secular. We all are what? Secular. And we cannot bring God here. What kind of education is that? If you don't give credit to God, who is the real creator, then this what kind of education? It's atheism. Tantamount to what? Atheism. And those who subscribe to atheistic philosophy, they are supposed to be, when they go to hell, they are the worst. They get the worst punishment. Do you know that? Do you know that? Just by executing various pious activity, one achieves different position in heaven life. By acting impiously, one achieves different position in hellish life. Those who are activated by the material mode of ignorance engage in impious activities, and according to the extent of their ignorance, they are placed in different grades of hellish life. If one acts in the mode of ignorance because of madness, his resulting misery is the least severe. One who acts impiously but knows the distinction between pious and impious activities is placed in a hell of intermediate severity. And yes, Farooq, good morning. Uh, I can send you his passport details. I'll send it to you now. Huh? Right, right. So one who acts, you know, in the hell of intermediate severity, and one who acts impiously and ignorantly because of atheism. Is that here? The result in hellish life is the worst. So that's what we are doing. We are sending all our children to become what? Hello? What? I mean, I'm asking a question. What are you doing? Huh? You're sending your kids to study what? Hello? Huh? Huh? You are teaching them atheism, there's no God. Can you imagine? It is all some atoms and protons and neutrons and all nonsense. How can anything work without the what? The hand of the Lord. Not a blade of grass can move without the will of the. You understand? You see how we are so conditioned. Huh? Yes. How can we support this theory? There is no God. Can we do that? How you like God to hear that? Oh, nothing is working, all atoms, is it? How you will feel? Huh? How you think God will feel? Yes. So we have to understand this thing. This is very, very dangerous. Huh? Very? Yeah, because we become offensive. We become offensive to God. Try to understand this. Huh? That's why here he says, those who think like this, their punishment is what? The most severe. To deny the existence of God. You understand? So this is how the whole world is moving in that direction. Everything is what? Huh? Done by what? The most to most they give credit to material nature. That's it. How does it work? Oh, material nature. How does the material nature come about? Huh? Krishna is saying again. In the Bhagavad Gita, he is saying, Maya adjekshana prakriti. Adjekshana means control. Maya means what? Under me. This Maya is under my control. Suyate sa chara acharanam. It's moving, those non-moving and moving things. Hetunena kauntaya jagati parivartate. Again, he's saying, Krishna is saying. This material nature, which is one of my energy, is working under my direction. Hello? They give credit to material nature. But Krishna is saying this Maya is working under my. You understand? Actually, in the Brahma Samhita, Krishna says, actually Lord Brahma said, this Maya is like a shadow. Chaya yasya bhuvanani vibharti durga. Ichanurupamabhiyasya tesa govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam. This Maya is shadow. Can shadow work independently? Shadow can work independently? See how comparing shadow. Maya is what? The Lord's what? Under the Lord's direction. It cannot work independently. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So Maya is creating and destroying, but it is working under whose direction? Yes, Krishna's direction. So therefore, anyone who is foolish, they will not what? Give credit to the Lord. It's foolish. You understand? Yeah, again, in another place. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male apasya purusham purnam mayam chatat apasrayam. Thus he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tint of materialism. And thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. You saw here? Who is seeing this thing? Krishna is saying, Maya is under my control. Correct? Then you may not believe Krishna. Krishna is always talking on. He's not a very good person also. Sometimes he lies. You may think like that. Right? Yeah? But here, Vyasadeva is seeing. What he's seeing? It's not just simply seeing. Because of his devotion, first he saw, engaging in devotional service, fixing his mind perfectly. By the linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tint of materialism. That means in pure spiritual vision. In what? Pure what? Yes, he saw what he saw. He saw the absolute personality of Godhead. He saw God. He saw who? He saw God. And not only he saw God, he saw also his external energy. He saw Maya, which was under whose full control. That means Maya was not, although he saw her, she was not like independent. She was completely under the Lord's control. So try to understand, Nothing is working whimsically in this material world. Everything is working under the complete control of the Lord. You can try to understand this by your so-called theoretical knowledge, try to break down the material world into atoms and whatnot. But the atoms are also created by the Lord. Yes, nothing can act independently. In fact, it says if you think there's anything independent, that's only illusion. In that another verse of the 4 verses that he spoke, anything that is outside me is illusion. What is that word? 2, 9, 30 what? O Brahma, whatever appears to be of any value, if it is without relation to me, has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, and that reflection which appears to be in darkness. You understand? If anything does not relate to me, it is illusion. That's why it is Maya, is what? Illusion. It's not real. You follow? So try to understand how God is very, very important. Not that everything is whimsical. No. You understand? So anyone who is thinking separately from the Lord, then he is inhibited by demonic consciousness. As I showed you this now. There's no God. Everything is coming from sex life. Everything is what? This is how they are teaching in school. This is how they are teaching in school. No, we are secular. We are what? We are secular. You understand this? This is very dangerous philosophy to teach young people that there is no God. And how a person who will grow up with this in this kind of consciousness, and how he will become a devotee. If you send him to this kind of a consciousness school, 8 hours or 12 hours a day he has been indoctrinated, then what will be the outcome of the viewpoint of a person? What will he be starting to think? No. Everything is done by my power. I'm the doer. I'm the what? Yeah? This whole subject is about King Rahugana. You think that he is big king and he's big doer. Yes? False ego. Yes? You think I'm big king. Everybody has to work for me, for my pleasure. So this is how a saintly person is cutting all this illusory nonsense. We are not the controllers. Who is the controller? Huh? Who? God, Krishna. Anyone who thinks that he is the controller, Krishna says he is a fool. He is a what? A fool. Muda. Pakirti kiryamanani gunayir karmani sarvasha ahankara. Vimudatma is a fool. You understand? So if anyone is thinking that he is the doer, he is a fool. Anyone who is in that consciousness, he gets completely covered by this philosophy of I and mine. That is the philosophy of animal. Animal is always thinking of in terms of I and mine. You understand? This is a dangerous philosophy. You see animals, there's no peace in the animal's life. What is that? Fighting and barking and so many nonsense. So if we go into that kind of consciousness, what will be the outcome of our so-called consciousness? We will be in extreme misery. We will be in extreme misery. So a saintly person can see through all this thing and is cutting the heart of, what is his name? King Rahugana. You are exposing him. You are thinking you are big king. You thinking everything is coming from material nature, atom, what not. All this is nonsense. All this is nonsense. Because the original person who actually moves everything is God, Krishna. Yes? Then nothing can exist without His. Even the so-called material nature, Prabhupada got it this way. Bhumi, Apo, Anal, or Vayu, Kam, Mano, Buddhi, Evacha. These material elements are all my separate energy. You understand? So we cannot make this mistake and we should not make this mistake. We should not encourage this mistake also. Yes? Yes. Because this is purely blasphemous. This is what? Yes. And they are defying. Oh, we are going to Mars and we're going to Venus and we're going what not. Huh? You see, what do you mean? God, what? God create what? We just went to the moon. Huh? You see how powerful we are. We can go to the moon. Tomorrow you will go to your sun, go everywhere. And what do you say? Wow, you have gone to the moon, huh? Very nice. Huh? How do I know you have gone to the moon? I just seeing your TV, right? It's one-sided. No neutral person having another camera to see what you're going, right? It's all your propaganda. Yes? Is it not? And you're making me believe that? Yes. You understand? In any event, there's always a judge. In any sporting event or anything, there's always a neutral. Even your Indian election also, there's a neutral party doing what? Watching is it not? So if everything has a neutral party to judge, why there's no one to judge this event? Why? Because it's bogus. Yes. You don't say anything, I don't say anything. I will do, you do. Everybody. But we can judge. We can. How do we judge? We judge by the words of God. He says that the living entity cannot go. Cannot? Why? Because everybody is what? Controlled in their own environment. In fact, in a different yuga, there were a lot of living entities who could travel to different planets and create trouble. So he came as Lord Buddha. That Buddha is different. He came to stop this interplanetary travel. We are not saying they cannot travel. Yeah, but it stopped. In Kali Yuga, all this is stopped. You understand? Ah. So all these things are there in the scriptures. If you want to go to other planet, yes, how to do? Krishna says, those who do in this verse, Urvam gachanti sattvasta, madhya tistanti rajasa, jahanya guna vrittista, adoho gachanti tamasha. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets. And those in the abnormal mode of ignorance go down to the hellish world. So this is how you go. When you want to go to the upper planetary system, you must be situated in the mode of goodness. To be situated in the mode of goodness means you must be pious. You must accept the authority of God. Understand? If you deny the existence of God and you go down to the mode of passion, that is the consciousness of those who are demonic. So they either take birth here as human beings again or they go down to the demonic world. You know. And of course, those who are abominable, doing all kind of crazy things, they go down to the hellish world. Try to understand, this is how movement is dovetailed. Not whimsically you make some, what, Apollo, what is that? You make some Apollo rockets and start going out. Do you know that how Krishna is controlling? Outside this earth atmosphere, there is a radiation belt. You know, it is quite vast, this belt. This is called, they call it the Van Allen belt, you know. And in this area, there is so much radiation that nobody can go through that. Nobody can. Even they say that when you do this, what do you call that? Sky, what they are outside there? Skylab. What are that they're doing? They're going outside and going to the space, you know, and doing some experiment. What is that called? Space station, yes. Even if they go to the space station, they are only allowed to stay there 6 months. They cannot stay more than 6 months. Why? Because the radiation is so intense that it will affect you. What to speak of going out? Just staying there for 6 months already you are in trouble. You think it is so easy to just go out? I mean, think. Krishna is such a fool, you know. Krishna is what? He's a fool. You understand? Om Purnam Purnamada. Purnam, what is that? What? Everything that is made by the Lord is complete. Yes, it is perfect. You understand? What is that verse? I think How to work with this thing? I don't know whether it's up or down now. Introduction now. Yeah? Control what? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnase evam Purnamadaya Purnam eva Vasishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete. Because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as the phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete whole. Whatever is produced in the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because he is complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. So you can see here, everything from the Lord is perfectly done. There's no room for what? Some error. Ah, you understand? So they think that, everything is by chance, everything is, some speculation. They don't know. Everything is under the complete control of the Lord. That you cannot just do anything you like in this material world. Yes? So therefore, the intelligent thing is to surrender to that supreme personality of Godhead. That's the intelligent thing to do. And accept his authority. See? Machita sarva durgani matprasaturishyasi ate chetvam ahankaram nasrosyasi vinashyasi. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Try to understand. You cannot work independently. If you try to supersede this arrangement of the Lord, then you're going to be in big trouble. You're going to be in big trouble. And what is that trouble? What is that trouble? You're going to take lower and lower species. You're defying God. Then you're going to become what? Become dog. I already saw every day when I go out, there's nothing but dogs. I think the dog population would outnumber the human. I think one person is having three chains, 3 dogs. So it is a fact. If you don't worship God, then you are worshipping dog. You understand? So if you worship dog, what will you become? Dog. So don't think it is a joke. This is a reality. This is a what? Real. Because that dog, why is it in the body of a dog, the soul? Obviously because he has been serving another dog. Yes? Is it not? And what is this dog mentality? Prabhupada said this dog is the number one non-devotee. Why? He will pass urine even in tulsi plant. Do you know that? Prabhupada said it's number one non-devotee. Why? Because it, huh? You understand? And they are worshipping this animal. They are worshipping? Hello? Think. Huh? So try to understand where we are heading simply by not surrendering to the Lord. We are asking for trouble. We are asking for trouble. You understand? And what is the consequence? We're going to go into a lower species of life, and that's going to be bad. All right. Any questions or comments on this point of atoms and protons and neutrons? Yes.
She also does universal distribution. In collective terms, that's also universal.
Lord Shiva does destruction, and Kalki also comes to. Kalki doesn't come to destroy the world. Kalki comes to kill all the miscreants, and then again the other souls they start the Satya Yuga. Whereas Lord Shiva, when he danced, his dissolution means the whole universe is going back to the body of Mahavishnu. That's when he does the Tandava dance, especially when he put his leg on the head. So that is when the universe goes. But at that time, there will be rain, The rain will be as raindrop will be as long as the trunk of an elephant. It's all described, That will pour for hundreds of years, and it dissolves the whole thing into water. And then the water, because water gets into steam and steam into fire, and that way the water evaporates and nothing left and becomes fire. Fire burns itself out to become air. Air merges into ether, and this way the reverse order goes back to the body of the Lord. That's how the annihilation works. You understand? So, of course, Lord Shiva, he will annihilate. It's a combination of all actions, You understand? Of course, before even Lord Shiva does that, Shankarshan, who is in charge of all this, is from him, the snake, that hood, fire emits, burning everything. So, who is actually in charge? It's the Lord. You see? So, just like Brahma is the secondary creator, he's not the prime creator. Similarly, the one who annihilates is also the secondary annihilator. The primeval, prime mover of all is Lord. Do you understand this? So that's why the Lord says, Aham eva sam eva agre. From him come creation, maintenance, and dissolution. So he is in charge of everything. Of course, he delegates the task, but the prime personality, the supreme personality, Sarva Karanam, demigods play a secondary role. They don't play the primary role. 5:17:16. 11th verse, the Lord Shiva is always encircled by 10 billion maidservants of goddess Durga who minister to him. The quadruple expansion of the Supreme Lord is composed of Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Nuruddha, and Sankarshan. Sankarshan, the fourth expansion, is certainly transcendental, but because his activities of destruction in the material world are in the mode of ignorance, is known as Tamasi. The Lord formed in the mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva knows that Sankarshan is the original cause of his own existence and thus it always meditates upon him in trance by chanting the following mantra. Yeah, always says Sankarshan is in. So everything is under the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right, anything else? We stop here then. Thank you very much.